Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have.
Nearly done.
Now, let's get this stall set out.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin? Look for busy places.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books, but you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer and she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice...
All right.
I am. And thank you.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sandbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The curse breakers...
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Ah, what brings you to...
A delivery.
These are Gizal. Martha's keen to cut the... I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, unless we teach them how to live like free men. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them. It's about time we all started. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde! They're coming, Sir Wade.
Damn it all. I thought we'd have more. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for...
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an...
What if you could call on reinforcements?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die fighting.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians? What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What do you do?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
If it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes.
Can't let Eastpool fall.
And we won't. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in that.
Or the better half of her guard. So Wade, how many...
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let you stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men, I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're may the Founder protect you.
Next one's mine. I might not know one.
There it is. With me, Joshua. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to eradicate. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been, I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria.
Thank you. I know the rest of the world will be safe in...
The hero? It's lucky you came. Not only did my seeds get delivered,
I just did what I...
and it's only right. Take it before...
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally and a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hit, though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye.
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bear. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did.
Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled, and then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, to make life better, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, and if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting. It's almost enough to give you a little bit.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. The aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything to write on. There's only one thing for it. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. Right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yotei. Yotei, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much.
I'll keep that in mind.
Welcome. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye. Come back again.
The Dominion's all but done for. And it's lucky we stayed here.
What's that? Thing I heard from the barracks.
Could be trouble again.
And you're just gonna fall into line. What else can I do?
I don't trust this Duke. If we're not careful, he'll undo all the dame's hard work.
Oh, God, my...
What's happened?
The High Leader, not that any...
And what does he...
He wants a founder. He's all...
He would rob the...
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Might this Duke have been at the remembrance ceremony?
Let's hope we didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of Northreach.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see... But tell me, is it...
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and which is more than can be said for Orif. The Empire wants for a capital, with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that... And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only Is that what Grieger...
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of it. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
I think he was the only one who survived.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, we'll do whatever it takes to keep whatever it takes.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, are we? Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence to sod...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
The Dominion's all but done. And it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
We already have a leader in the Dame.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of North...
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot... I mean, look around us. You can see the traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Well, what do you think?
What do I think?
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
None worth mention.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I...
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right. I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe won. To do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but
So Northreach is to be a fortress. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thrall, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose word they deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of this. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrak, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I...
Why?
Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier task.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still... But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid. Until then...
Until then... This is no time to ride.
Stock on our stalls, and we're just supposed to hand the old lot over?
What other choice do we have?
Time to fight. this it? Right then. Just two more to find. Village is turned. Back to the stables go. Soil and stone!
Clive!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you...
Since we... All is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too just as the good...
Are you a lord? They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces... Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take it. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws. And they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Luke?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organize by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to...
How could I refuse?
Victor will fill you in on the... I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts.
I'll go and speak.
What's the difference between a lord and a man?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness and having a sentiment, Master Lubor.
You're not the only one.
What does he want?
He asked for my aid in putting down the band, and he said that you might be able to help me fight.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with... There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike, but we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league...
All right.
There's one upriver.
Just leave it with me.
Fresh silks from the Canva caravan.
Mustard and mandrake.
If there's one thing we've learned of...
When the Fang fella took my livelihood with it.
What about the town watch?
We need someone who can bring the whole town.
Are you looking for something in particular? Here you are. An excellent choice. My thanks. An excellent choice. My thanks. An excellent choice. Here you are. My thanks. Fare you well.
Everything's back the way it was.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together, let them. They'll be no match for us.
Good girl. Run like the wind. All right. That must be the camp Victor mentioned.
we make this quick.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid. Ah, I see the bandits.
No, but...
No. Something's happened.
What is it?
The whole town's in. They're saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. At his escape route, some of the children spotted him, and he was about... And when Lubor felled him, with a bolt of magic and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. Which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No, still. All those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor, but we just couldn't.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoy. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these...
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That they're...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who... They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however. Is a trust.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
You all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but... Could I have a...
I've seen...
As have I, Lord The rumors that he's a...
He'll never be mayor now. Not if...
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot...
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I...
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a sharing.
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But
Rosina would often tell that steel does not lie. That a blade is yourself be true. That was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own make. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter. And now, I know what I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil, for only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic...
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change them.
I would not take it, Victor. It's
over. And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe... but where are my manners? Here. Right then.
If there's anything I can do...
I'll bear it in...
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might...
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him. Have you learned anything of note since...
Little and less, I regret.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is... Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for...
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft cited among, as if protecting the secrets concealed.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. The surveys, perchance you are familiar with Kretov. A small hamlet built around. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings. If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most
Might I suggest you take the road through Titan? It will lead you straight to the village after
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the firebirds flame.
You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors.
All the more reason to rid this place of echoes.
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. It's over. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins.
A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey...
Forgive them. Ah, you are...
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught...
Cyril, your losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving them, were these your orders?
No. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruit. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our methods, however, we live to serve the Phoenix. Our very...
Cyril, I know that, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, and we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you...
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And
What's happened?
Clive, you'll be pleased to know...
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala, but I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could...
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long, find out exactly how much faster I need...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault. I know, no buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bids, but the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
El? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look...
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bear. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, buyers will... I'm going to Randalar,
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bot? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send it. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting. What I wouldn't give for a hot meal. No use calling up Rosie now.
When are they gonna let us through?
Let's go. Straight home now.
It's over. Titan! Now, Torgal! All yours, Torgal!
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from... We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested, and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional... The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyager. That's what you get when you deal with Continental.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound no matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to and with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But he was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to... I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those... But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. Walk from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area is flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me. creatures have already turned. Any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Nice try. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid,
For finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! So will you! Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore. Wait. Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery he showed. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone because I sent him to that place.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses, and I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers and a late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of her before they could. I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery, but he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heart. He was never a burden. If anything, I was the one.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together. And you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on, but we can make a difference here. I need nothing more from life, so I'll carry on doing what we do, bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of my own to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Cloud. Let's go on together then.
Come on. Faster! Thanks, Cal. That's all of them. No one can uncross his toes now.
Ah, sir.
Good, thankfully. Here.
That's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter. May I... The Telemon Furnace!
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid! And I ain't...
It's fine.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure you could just... How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loose, and I reckon I know how. With a new... It's a metal, see?
Stretchy metal.
That is the So?
Thank you, Owen.
Don't mention it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
convert in the hands of Akashic.
We'll need to find another port. Preferably one as well hidden as the ironworks. So, she don't need sails or oars, but she's still the fastest ship on the sea.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
It's not true. We've lost so much.
Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Running out of things to boil in the brown. The stew's awfully thin these days.
Oh, what do you expect? Teams are abandoning their fields and trying to relocate.
Alright, that's it for this live. Thank you for watching. See you again later. Peace out.